Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Well, yes, I am out in the street right at the moment, and I'm just about to get into the butcher to buy some meat. Now, you know we don't use the metric system, so this might be a little bit confusing for some of you listening. And you also might be surprised by the accent. So I'm going to ask a few questions and we'll see what kind of answers I get. All right. So I'll try and keep my accent the same, but bearing in mind that I'm in the west coast of Scotland, you might hear some different voices. All right. So there's a bit of a queue, so I'll just need to wait for a minute, I think, until it empties. I don't want to keep you waiting with silence. So I'll just be prepared to go in a second. It's very busy, but I think that might be because it's a Saturday morning, almost afternoon, and as soon as I buy this, I'll go home and upload it for you. So I'm just waiting to hear. There's loads more people going in, so it looks like I'm going to have to go in and stand in the queue and talk to you in there and maybe just pretend to be normal at the same time, which isn't an easy thing to do. I mean, as soon as people hear my accent, they'll realize that I'm not local, although having said that, I am local. I was born here, just not educated here, so it'll be very interesting to see what kind of response I get. Also, I don't want people to know that I'm recording this because they may not react very well, bearing in mind this is very much a kind of small town attitude, you know. We might be here just for an extra moment because, again, more people going in. No sign of anybody actually coming out. I don't know what they're doing to them in there. So we'll just wait for another second. Just to describe what I'm looking at here, it's very low clouds, very grey above the houses. Very beautiful, very picturesque. It looks kind of like a dark winter's day. It's not really, of course. It's a very nice spring day, but it's still very dark somehow. If I just look around, I'm at a row of shops with people around me flying in on cars, grabbing things, disappearing. There's a bus just passing. It's a road, but there's a lot of litter on this road. There's a post box I'm looking at, like pharmacy, grocery and butcher, but a lot of litter just lying on the streets. And that means it doesn't really look so good, you know, which is rather a pity. So, yeah, there's that. Yeah, I'm just about to go in here and stand, I think, because otherwise I'm going to be here all day. But just to continue on with the conversation for a moment, it does seem like lots of people are looking to buy their meat, you know, the weekend, probably to cook for tonight. I don't usually eat meat, but I'm just really doing this so that you can hear how we do things, you know. Well, we'll see how things are. How you doing? Do you want any lamb's liver? Lamb's liver. Can I have half a pound, please? Thank you. Anybody? Could I have one ribeye steak and so, please?
Hey, please.
That's grand. Thanks very much. Card, please. There we are.
That's the curly fries. Macaroni fries on there as well.
Oh, that's grand. Thanks very much. Lovely. Have a nice day. Right. So, as you could hear there, I was just buying lamb's liver and a ribeye steak. So I've got them both in my hand now. Beautiful, beautiful. So very nice, very nice. Let me just check. Right, so that conversation there was quite straightforward. I just went in, finally, and I was really uncomfortable because the place is very narrow. It was a typical butcher. The guy who was serving me only had, I think, 4.5 fingers. This is the thing when you work in a butcher, you know, you're likely to lose a finger or so. And I just asked for half a pound of lamb's liver. So my first question there was, do you have lamb's liver? Do you have any? And his answer was, yeah, somewhere. And then he went to look and a woman helped him. And he measured it and it was there. And then I asked him for a ribeye steak. Very helpful. He was kind of like a fat guy with a beard. I think all butchers look like that, don't they? I think. The one thing about this butcher's compared to others is that it's a very, very fast-moving place. People are in, out, in, out, in, out. I don't like that. You know, one of the problems with where I'm living right now is that a lot of people in this area, they drink heavily, and I'm not really comfortable with that. And sometimes people who drink heavily, they have something which is called, let me just remember the name. It's some kind of aggressive behavior because they lose so much of their life to alcohol that they get up the next day and then try and compensate. It's an alcoholic compensation for what they should have done the night before. So they get up, they clean all the windows, they rush to the shops, they try and do as much as they can. And it's horrible. So what I'm faced with around here are people who have spent maybe the night before or the day before drunk, and so they're aggressively trying to compensate for that time that they've lost. And I really don't like that. In fact, I have a plan to move to a city to hopefully be amongst people that I can enjoy the company of. So yeah, but anyway, that's the story of my lamb's liver as well as my ribeye steak. So a few things to go in the freezer. I mean, I cook meat for the family, but I'm generally a vegetarian. So I think these things will go in the freezer until I'm cooking for the family again, red meat. Because I already got them a ribeye steak the other day. I don't want to give them too much red meat or too much sugar. Well, that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this. So let's talk again soon. And see you all. Take care. Bye.